How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to be talking about Black Torch Chapter 11, entitled Underdog. And I didn't realize this, but actually, Chapter 11 is the last Tankobon this is the last chapter for the third volume actually. And I didn't realize that until I got to the end. I'm like, oh wait, damn, I'm like what, like halfway through this series now. I'm like, god damn, this is going pretty fast actually. So anyways, without further ado, let's start off with the chapters. So we have Shiba and that little girl. I forgot the girl's name, the one with the flower. You know, like how they're doing their communications and stuff. So they're all talking. So Shiba, the girl, they're relaying to Jiro that Ichika, she took out her Mononoke. So that battle is over. Ichika's the winner for that. And of course, Jiro's just kind of relaying that he kind of won and whatnot. And Rengo actually is in his own little space. He's on his little head, and he's kind of um, what's it called? He's kind of spaced out, basically. That's what I should say. So Jiro kind of just goes and screams in Rengo's ears like, "Yo, like, hello, like, you awake? You doing something? Like, you alive still there, buddy?" So after that, we kind of cut away back to Rigi. Now Rigi's fighting, and we get the big reveal that he's fighting his brother Shinji. I mean, we kind of already knew that he was gonna go up against his brother, but we get to see his brother as I would say as a Mononoke now. And so his brother is just kind of talking to him. He's like, "Oh, Shinji now, hey, why are you not calling me big brother?" And Riji's like, "Yo, my brother is gone, bro. Like, after he failed that ritual of swords and let it devour him, he's gone. He's no longer here anymore." And Shinji's like, "Yo, what are you talking about? You think I let that thing consume me? No, that's not far from the truth, buddy. I'm still me. Like I'm still alive. I'm still your brother. Nothing consumed me." And Riji's like, "Yo, like I don't want to believe that." You know what I mean? But he even has a monologue. Um he um sorry. He has a inner monologue. He's like, "Yo, I actually kind of know this from the beginning. I just don't want to believe it." You know what I mean? That this is my brother. So after a few sword clashes, Riji finally asks like, "Hey, why are you on the side of the Mononoke? Like, what is your goal here?" And Shinji's like, "I'm on the side of the Mononoke because of you, buddy. It's all because of you. My younger brother made me who I am today." And Riji's like, what are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. Like from the flashback in Riji's perspective, they were good brothers, they respected each other, they're on good terms and whatnot. However, Shinji's perspective, we go into a flashback actually. And to start off this flashback, he says, I'm doing this because of you. You wouldn't know this because you were so young at the time. So, in Shinji's eyes, back when they were kids, Riji would always beat Shinji in um in the sword battles, like in their practicing sword battles. And their father would always beat Shinji, being like, "Hey, you're the head. You're gonna be the next head of the clan. Why are you this bad?" Basically, and Riji would look at this, and Riji knows that he was winning a whole lot. Shinji wasn't. Shinji wasn't winning any battles. And I don't remember if in Riji's flashback we talked about this, but they're both twins. Shinji just came out first out of the womb before Riji did. And because of this, Riji kind of realized, and Shinji is kind of thinking to his head, like, "Hey, now when I think about it back in the day, after I was getting beat up, you were losing on purpose, weren't you?" And and Shinji's like, I tried my best efforts to practice, to train, and do all this just to make everybody happy. But at the end of the day, your shadow was too big, and I was always under that shadow. Riji, I feel like Riji, sorry, not feeling, but Riji was trying to deny this. He's like, "Yo, it was never like that. It was just, it just wasn't like that." And the chapter's coming to an end pretty soon, but Shinji starts attacking Riji, and he actually does cut him pretty bad. I think his entire he got him right across his ribs basically, and they still keep going at it. They still keep clashing. Uh, but the thing is that Riji is is kind of in denial here. He's not accepting that this is his brother, and Shinji is using this opportunity to make him hate more. It's more like the Itachi and Sasuke thing, right before Sasuke knew who Itachi truly was. Um, Itachi in that one scene, if you remember in part one Naruto, when Itachi grabbed Sasuke and just kind of gave him a chokehold and was like, "Yo, you lack hate. You need to hate me more." And that's what Shinji's doing over here. He's like, "Yo, hate me more. Give me more hate." Basically, cuts him again, and Ryuji's like, damn, like I made this monster. This was my brother. You know, the brother I knew was nothing but a lie. Like my brother always hated me, and that's kind of upsetting because when we saw Ryuji's flashback, it's like they were on good terms, like I said. But now in Ryuji's eyes, they are just they're just mortal enemies basically. So the fight concludes. Shinji's just Shinji's is just completely unbothered. I don't know. I think because like he just knows he'll just win next time. But he's like, okay, next time let's try to unalive each other for real next time, okay? And he leaves. And Rigi just looks like, yo, again, just like how it was back then, he just leaves. Just like that night. And he's just defeated basically. So then we cut back to Jiro and Rango. And so Jiro is just walking around and Rango's hesitant, but he's like, "Hey, you know what? I have to tell you something," basically to Jiro. Jiro's like, "Yo, like hold up a minute. There's a car right there." And so when they see the car, some man pops out, and this man looks magnificent. This man's trench coat, this man's wearing a three-piece suit. This bro is looking spectacular, is what I have to say. And he's like, "Oh, I'm glad to see you, my old friend." Um, and Jiro and Rango are like, "What the hell? Who the hell is this guy?" And this man's like, "Oh, you finally opened your heart to a human. Does that mean you're going to eat this man's vital energy and then regain all of your power?" And they're Jiro and Rango are kind of in shock. I mean, Rango already knew what was going on, but this is brand new news to Jiro. And Jiro just turns around and is like, "Hey, you know what? You remember what we did to that horn guy right there? We're gonna do it again." Rango's like, "What the hell do you mean?" And what he means is going back into that form, like that cat-like form. And Rango's like, "Are you stupid? Like you're going to die if we keep doing this, keep going to that form." Jiro's like, "Yo, you know what? The last thing I want is for you to eat me. But the last thing I want is to die by this guy's hand." So they're going to start their battle, but the suit man is just too fast. He kind of attacks Jiro, just kind of just swipes his hand across his body, and Jiro is on the ground. He's done, and Rango's gets choked. He's like, "Yo, you'll lose more than your arm this time." And at this point, it's like, hey, you know what? This man says, "Hey, you know what? I'm kind of done playing around. You swear you're loyal to me right now and you obey my orders, and I'll let this boy live. And I'll consider this boy to live." And the chapter ends by saying, "Well, decide, Rango." And that's the end of the chapter. And it was a good Tonkobon chapter. I mean, the third volume was really good. We got to see what all the characters were able to do. We got to see a lot of people's backstories, and overall, this is a good setup to the next volume, which I'm pretty sure going to be very villain centric, villain heavy. is what I'm gonna say. But thanks for watching, everyone. That'll be the end of today's video, and in next week we're gonna be starting the next Tonkobon. Alright, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Take care.